Listener was a huge fan of heroes, much like Midoriya. Listener had posters and figures of her favorite hero, which happens to be Hawks. The day arrived when Listener finally got the chance to meet the hero in person. Izuku thought that she might pass out of the excitement. When you finally got to meet him, you were thrilled. So you ended up talking to him for almost about an hour. And of course, a certain green-haired boy was growing irritated. Sure, he understood how much this meant for you, but they were talking a really long time. After what it felt like an eternity, Listener came back to his side looking as happy as she ever have been. Izuku saw your eyes were still shining brightly. You told him everything that happened and showed him the autograph you received. Midoriya was both happy and annoyed. Happy to see your face light up like that, but annoyed at the fact that he wasn't the one who made you feel like that. This wasn't like him at all. These feelings were new. What's wrong? You noticed his lack of interest. Oh, nothing, he said. You raised an eyebrow. After realizing, you showed him a soft smile. Jealous? You asked mischievously. Midoriya flushed a bright red, which confirmed your statement. You laughed at your boyfriend's cute expression. Today was not his day. Hitoshi overslept, got up late for school, and was aching after his training session with Izawa. To make matters worse, he didn't get a chance to hang out with you all day. You had another assignment to do with this other guy. This bugged Shinso. The two of you always stayed together, but this guy wouldn't leave your side. Even after finishing the work, he still stayed by your side. By now, it was pretty obvious that he was hitting on you, and you were too kind to tell him off. But, on the other hand, Hitoshi really wasn't. The lavender-haired boy went up to the both of you. Hey, stank breath. Shinso called out. What did you say? The guy questioned angrily before his eyes widened with a blank look. A smug smirk was evident on Shinso's features as his quirk activated. Stay away from Listener, he commanded. The boy walked away like a programmed robot. That was very nice, you said, crossing your arms. The boy shrugged. He'll get over it soon. You two held hands and walked away. I'm flattered you got jealous from little old me, you joked. You didn't miss how red Hitoshi's face became. The blonde sighed frustratedly as he continued to gaze at you. You were laughing along with the rest of the Baku squad. Your features were angelic, so Katsuki couldn't help but stare. However, what annoyed him was the fact that he wasn't able to enjoy time with you. Instead, it was those idiots who did. During class, he was seated away from you, unlike the rest of them. During lunch, they all sit together, giving barely enough time for Bakugo to talk to Listener. However, the most annoying part was when the Baku squad tagged along whenever Katsuki and you were hanging out after school. Can the boy get some time alone with you? Katsuki Bakugo was at the point of bursting with anger and frustration. Today was going to be different though. When you finished eating, Katsuki grabbed your hand and led you away from the table. While the rest of the Baku squad stared in confusion, the blonde took off Listener to the top rooftop. While the rest of the Baku squad stared in confusion, the blonde took Listener to the rooftop. What are you doing, Katsuki? You asked. Let's stay here, he suggested, but his voice was unusually soft. But the rest... I just want to spend some time together. We haven't been able to in such a long time, Katsuki burst out. After hearing the unusually rare words, how could you refuse?